The late afternoon sun spilled through the grimy windows of the Sparrow's Nest Diner, a modest joint tucked away in a quiet corner of Boise, Idaho, on a crisp October day in 2026. The worn linoleum floor creaked under Sarah Klein's steady steps as she weaved between tables, her movements sharp and deliberate after 3 years of the same grind. She polished a spotless countertop, her hands moving with a precision that betrayed something deeper, something she buried beneath her apron and tired smiles. Her fingers, arranging silverware, lined up spoons like sentries, knives parallel like a drill sergeant's dream, forks spaced with eerie symmetry. It was a reflex from a life she'd fought to forget, one that clung to her like the scar snaking from her elbow to her wrist, pale and jagged against her skin. In a corner booth, Tom Reynolds nursed a cold coffee, his weathered hands betraying years of hard living. His eyes followed Sarah, squinting as if piecing together a puzzle. "The way she moves," he muttered, shaking his head. Her efficiency, her economy of motion, it stirred memories of a firebase in Kandahar, long buried under whiskey and time. But no, it couldn't be. That woman was a ghost, a legend. He pushed the thought away, focusing on the steam rising from his untouched mug. The diner's calm shattered when a sleek BMW X5 screeched to a halt outside, its presence like a storm cloud. Ethan Caldwell stormed in, phone glued to his ear, voice slicing through the air like a blade. "I don't care about their sob story," he barked, pacing. "We just lost a $7 million deal to some veteran startup. Patriot Tech? What is this, a pity party for ex-soldiers?" His face was a mask of rage, veins bulging as he ranted about merit and markets. Trailing him was his younger brother, Noah, shoulders hunched, eyes scanning for an exit. Ethan claimed the center table, relishing the spotlight, while Noah shrank into his seat, dreading the inevitable fallout. Sarah approached, her voice steady. "Welcome to the Sparrow's Nest. What can I get you?" As she handed over menus, her sleeve slipped, revealing her scar. Ethan's gaze zeroed in, his lips twisting into a cruel smirk. "Good Lord," he scoffed, loud enough for the room to hear. "They're hiring rejects now? Can't they find anyone who doesn't look like they lost a knife fight?" Noah flushed, muttering, "Ethan, stop," but his protest died under his brother's glare. Sarah froze for a heartbeat, her eyes not hurt but distant, as if seeing through Ethan to a memory of other men who'd tried to break her. Her grip tightened on her notepad, then relaxed. "Your order?" she asked, voice flat, giving him nothing. Ethan's cruelty sharpened with every whiskey he downed. "The problem," he declared, loud enough to silence nearby tables, "is the government babies these veterans. Contracts, handouts, special treatment, while people like me, who actually build something, get screwed." Noah nodded weakly, avoiding Sarah's eyes as she set down their plates. Ethan, spotting her scar again, pulled out a $100 bill with a theatrical flourish. "Exceptional service deserves a tip," he sneered, letting the bill flutter to the floor. "Oops. Pick it up, sweetheart. You're used to being on your knees, right?" The diner went still, the air heavy with tension. A fork clinked. A woman gasped. Noah stared at his plate, shame burning his face. An older man at a nearby table started to rise, but his wife held him back. Sarah knelt slowly, her posture rigid, controlled. A chain around her neck shifted, revealing a battered ace of spades charm. Tom's breath caught. That charm, that movement, it was impossible. His hand tightened on his mug, a memory clawing free. "Good girl," Ethan taunted. "Know your place. Some people are just born to grovel." Sarah's fingers closed around the bill, her hand trembling not from fear, but from a disciplined restraint. Her breathing slowed, a technique honed in chaos. Inhale 4, hold 7, exhale 8. She stood, placed the bill on the table, and walked away, her steps measured, her silence deafening. Then chaos erupted. Noah coughed violently, choking on a piece of steak. His face turned purple, hands clawing at his throat. "No!" Ethan's arrogance vanished, panic taking over. "Someone help. He's dying." The diner exploded, people shouting, phones fumbling, a glass shattering. Ethan shook Noah uselessly, his bravado crumbling. Sarah dropped her tray, dishes crashing, and in 3 strides she was there. "Move," she ordered, her voice cutting through the pandemonium like a general's command. She shoved Ethan aside, positioned herself behind Noah, and executed the Heimlich with surgical precision. Her stance was perfect, her thrusts powerful yet controlled. On the third, the stake dislodged, flying across the room. Noah collapsed, gasping alive. Sarah didn't stop. She eased him to the floor, checked his pulse 110, steady, and examined his pupils. "Equal and reactive," she murmured, her hands moving with the calm of a combat medic. "Airway clear." In 30 seconds, she'd saved a life and returned to the counter as if she'd merely cleared a table. The diner was stunned, every eye on her. Tom stood, his face pale, hands shaking. "It can't be," he whispered. "That ace of spades. Her movements, they were hers." He stepped toward her, voice trembling. "The way you checked his vitals, I've only seen one person do it like that. Firebase Delta, 2020. Ambushed in a valley. 15 men down, bleeding out. Radio dead, reinforcements hours away. Command ordered us to leave the wounded. But someone didn't." Sarah stiffened, gripping the coffee pot. "You ran into hell?" Tom continued, tears welling. "For times dragging us out under fire. You took shrapnel 40-piece Sesto, shield me. That scar's mine." The diner was a frozen tableau. Tom's fork hit his plate, the clang shattering the silence. "Spectre," he choked out. "The Spectre of Delta." He knelt, reverent. 15 men went home because of you. You sang Amazing Grace while you stitched us up, bullets flying. Your voice kept us alive." Sarah's mask cracked. "Captain Reynolds," she said softly, "sit down. You're causing a scene." But her voice held resignation. The past had found her. Ethan stood, ashen, horror dawning. Noah, throat raw, stood too. "You saved me," he rasped. "After I let him humiliate you." He faced Ethan. "Look at her. You called her trash. She's a hero." The diner erupted in applause, raw and heartfelt. Ellen, the manager, stepped forward. "Sarah, 3 years here, and you never said a word. Why?" Sarah's voice was weary. "I didn't want to be her anymore. I wanted peace, not ghosts." Ethan shrank against the wall, trembling. "My father was a veteran," he stammered. "Came back cruel, violent. Beat us, then killed himself. I saw your scar and thought weakness. But you're everything he wasn't." Sarah met his eyes. "I'm damaged, yes. 40 pieces of shrapnel, 17 scars, nightmares that won't quit. But my damage saved lives. What's your excuse?" Ellen's voice boomed. "Ethan Caldwell, you're banned. We don't serve those who disrespect heroes." A month later, Noah returned alone. "Miss Sarah, someone's outside for you." Ethan stepped in, humbled, holding a box with a new ace of spades charm. "I'm in treatment," he said, "learning why I became like my father. This charm, it's what I want to be." Sarah nodded. "Keep it. Wear it when you've earned it." Tom offered Ethan a chance to volunteer with veterans. "Trust is earned," Sarah warned. "One shot." As they left, a woman approached Sarah. "My sister's struggling post-deployment. Can you help?" Sarah poured coffee, sat, and began to talk not of battle, but of healing. The ace of spades gleamed at her throat, a promise of new fights worth winning. What's the real cost of judging a stranger's scars? Should Ethan's apology earn him redemption, or is his ban justified? Comment below, like, and subscribe for more stories that challenge what you think you know.